going on? It's Van Stylez. I'm here with the world-renowned DJ Eclipse.
Well, thank you, sir.
Of course, you were down with Non Phixion, and before that, you were DJing for MC Search. Third Base is MC Search. Can you just talk about the rise to fame? The rise to magnificence?
Well, let's just say the dues that I've been paying since day one. I'm actually originally from Providence, from Rhode Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I started DJing right before I left Providence, and then moved down to South Carolina for like 6-7 years, and that's where I just really started making my name on the DJ set, like doing all the clubs down there and whatnot, doing a little bit of radio down there, and I was also working at a record store down there, and that's actually where I ran into Search. He was on a promo tour for his solo album that came out, and my man T-Ray is also from South Carolina, so me and him used to work on beats before he moved to New York, and he had hooked up with Search, produced half of Search's solo album. So when Search came through, I mentioned T-Ray's name, we just hit it off, and then from there I just went right to New York and just started kicking in with Search and DJing for him, and working on what was supposed to be his second solo album, producing all that.
Now, what was it like? Because Third Base were one of the first, I guess, white hip-hop groups. Of course, there's a lot of them now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you had the Beastie Boys first, which were they were dope, but still kind of like a novelty type of a thing. And then Third Base was kind of like the official white, hip hop group where it's they were cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was dope, man. I mean, I remember being, just a fan of them, as a DJ. You know what I'm saying? And thinking it'd be ill, kind of to DJ for them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's I wasn't any competition for Richie Rich. You know what I'm saying? That dude is crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Now, how old were you when that started off?
When I met Search, I was 20, 21 at the time. Yeah.
So I'm 25 right now. I like to say 24 because the quarter-life crisis fucks me up. But that's, hip-hop was huge back then. It was like an up-and-coming art form. What was that like, basically coming up with Third Base and all that? I
mean, it was just I look at it almost like hip-hop was like second parents, you know what I'm saying? It's because, you got you learn your stuff at home as far as what to do right from wrong, but then hip-hop just guided, me and everyone I knew through life in terms of just culture, you know what I'm saying? What to do, what to pay attention to, especially when, as hip-hop started changing through different eras, and then you have PE and Brand Nubian, it's and it's, it's crazy because you just follow everything because you're into it, and it's you want to know, who's this person, who's that, who's Farrakhan, what's this about, what's that about, you know what I'm saying? And hip-hop just schools you,
Well, it's interesting you mentioned Farrakhan because when you were coming up, you're right, it was the PE era and all that. There was a semi-anti-white sentiment at that time. Was there a lot of heat coming on the group Third Base and on you as a DJ at that time, or what?
I mean, by the time I hooked up with Search, I mean, everything was a little bit more accepted by then, you know what I'm saying? But going back a few years when I was just DJing and I was down in South Carolina, it was a little bit more weird down there because it was primarily all black. And as far as the sets that I rolled in, the schools and stuff like that, so it's I'm sticking out like a sore thumb, white kid from up north.
Up north, even worse.
Exactly. But it was cool. I mean, it was interesting. People, the girls at school wanted to hear me talk. They wanted to hear the accent. So
because you were a DJ, because I had
nothing to do with being a DJ. Just the accent.
Wait, how much pussy do you get off of being just an up north accent?
I gotta say, I was like Bismarck. I wasn't into girls. I was just into my music. The girls came later for me.
I didn't know Bismarck was gay. No, I'm playing. Yo, we were just in the A3C with the bit. Yo, all right, well, you got a whole interview to get me back, huh?
Exactly. So, but it was just, because I stood out, it actually worked to my benefit, you know what I'm saying? Because I was able to, gain more attention, people, checked what I was doing more, and at that time I was practicing all the time and DJing and whatever. But in terms of just, the racial thing, I mean, it was, weird that, some certain people, were offended, you know what I'm saying? You're just good because you're white, because that's why people are paying attention to you, and it's nah, man, it's I'm better than you regardless, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Well, the stereotype is if you're a DJ, you spend a lot of time in a dark room cutting up wax, or at least back in the now Serato. But was that what it was like for you? You say a lot of girls were showing you attention. You were obviously out and about more than most the stereotype DJ, I guess you could say.
I was a lot of practicing back then. I mean, once I got hooked on music, it was just one of those things where that was my first love, you know what I'm saying? So it was I was constantly, I worked at the record store, I was doing radio whenever I could.
You were at Fat Beats, right? Our competitor?
Fat Beats, no doubt. But hey, this is love for everyone. But yeah, I'm at Fat Beats now. I've been there for like since '95.
Now, we have an ex-employee from undergroundhiphop.com, Emily Kunkel. She has chronic headaches. So she explained to the Fat Beats management that she needs to leave to go smoke weed because of her headaches, and she got fired for that. Were you involved in that at all, or?
I was not, actually. Like I just mentioned, now that I'm back, I just deal with the store. She was working at the warehouse, so I did hear stories about her headaches and all that. But I guess it was frustrating, you know, to have to deal with someone that's, you know, constantly having to miss work and stuff like that. So, you know, it happened, and you know, what's up, Emily?
Underground hip hop, we do so many other drugs. They're like, you're doing weed, you need to leave. All right, this is a good thing. This is a move in the right direction, you know.
But weed goes over well at Fat Beats. I mean, we used to actually, you know, I probably shouldn't be telling you all this, but the original Fat Beats warehouse, there was actually a smoke room, like, you know, like
a blunt room, because that's what we started off with.
We're the original ones. We had that already. So we had a smoke room, and there would be, you know, different times during the day that everyone would go and smoke and just hang out. But, you know, as people mature and realize that business is expanding, can't always do that. So you know, now you just do it on your own time.
That's what Quest says, the owner of Underground Hip.
Man,
yeah, he's Jewish. Oh, you're actually Jewish?
No, I'm not. I'm Italian and Irish.
Oh, yeah. God damn, mafia connections.
There you go.
Whatever.